is time for us to choose. A new age is upon us. It is time for us to choose. A new age is upon us. is time for us to choose. A new age is upon us. It is time for us to choose. A new age is upon us. It is time for us to choose. A new age is upon us.
Okay. I think I messed up the countdown timer there, but that's alright. Alright. We are on and live. It's a little bit early. So for now, we're just gonna sit here a little bit and talk. To recap where we were after last session, the party had left the city of Luskan on a mission from a very peculiar drow named Yarlaxle, who gave the party an upfront reward of 1,000 gold pieces to deliver a letter to the King of Gauntlgrim, a recently reclaimed dwarven fortress deep in the Underdark. The party goes through the Neverwinter Wood and finds the entrance that Yarlaxle had noted for them and descend deep into the realm beneath the world. They spend a few days trying to navigate to their destination and happen across a lair of a beholder. In their attempt to flee, their wizard companion Curios was disintegrated as he was being turned to stone. Fleeing the Underdark at that point, the party returned to Luskan and returned the letter and their reward to the One-Eyed Jacks and began to set off to Neverwinter on some leads from missions that they had acquired in Icewind Dale prior to the stream beginning. Um, yep, okay. The party arrive in Port Last 3 or 4 days out of Neverwinter uh, to find the town covered in a thick fog, limiting their vision severely, and learning that the town was actually under siege from a ship's worth of frost giants. The party were able to slay two, although it was quite a battle. And that's where we're going to pick up from. Now, this is going to be an interesting session because I feel like Port Last is one of the hardest parts to run of this chapter in Storm King's Thunder. Because this is what we're dealing with. I think you should be able to see the screen. Yeah. Okay. So we're dealing with number one, that the ship is in the harbor away from the shore. That there are 20 frost giants in the town and meant to be encountered. Where is it? One or two at a time. I've set up a couple of maps where there's going to be 1 to 3 different frost giants. That's a lot of encounters. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. There is quite a bit of coin. And this, which I've determined before time. So I mean, it's definitely worth, I think, worth the trouble of all of this. But I think if it gets to start being a slog, I might have to improvise. Because that is a lot of encounters. But we'll be waiting on the party now. Oh. I think I said on the last stream that I was interested in painting on stream. And giving away a beholder at some point. And the primer that I ordered has come in. So be on the lookout for a notification about painting with the Rainbow Dude. That will happen at some point in the near future. I am also on YouTube as a Rainbow Dude, and I have started to record a playthrough of The Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. That's been quite an experience so far. So if that's the kind of thing you're interested in, come find me on YouTube. I'm also on Twitter at a Rainbow Dude. And now I'm really out of things to say. And it is 6:23, and my party has not joined me yet. I hope everyone has been doing all right. It has been a week, that is for sure. I have a viewer. Who is viewing? Hello, viewer. I don't know what your name is yet because my stream manager hasn't told me. I hope you enjoy the stream. We'll get started here in just a few minutes. Move this a little bit, and there. How's that looking? Ooh, perfect. Hey, yo, party, where you at? I think that the party is definitely going to set themselves up to fail if they just continually go at these without rest. Hey,
Ew.
how you doing, Jack?
It's cold right now. My legs are sore.
In Australia, it's cold.
Uh-huh.
I didn't think that was physically possible.
What's cold for Australians? Like 20 degrees centigrade?
No, that's mild weather. Usually around 13 or 15. It gets a bit chilly. It's not
Look-
very, very cold, but I'm just home alone, so I haven't turned the heater on.
Look here, in America, we'll let you have your Celsius, but
Hardy har
once
har.
you
It's not
start
cold
talking
where you are.
once
Hardy,
you start
har, har.
talking about your centigrades,
They're the same unit of measurement, Tony.
it just whooshed over your head.
Also, it's -1 right here now, Jack.
That's disgusting. It's like 80 degrees over here.
Wow, that's a lot.
80 Fahrenheit. I don't know what it is in Celsius. I'm not
That's
cool
fine.
enough to do that conversion in my head.
But yeah,
27
I think
27
that's about
degrees.
25. Yeah.
yeah, a lot of the houses in Australia aren't meant for cold weather. Like 90% of them are designed to not get fucked over during the heat.
Kind of
so-
like Texas.
Yeah.
Fun fact about
I'm sorry,
British
Texas.
people.
I donated to the AOC thing, so nobody can talk shit about me making a joke about Texas.
I don't know if that's how it works.
That's exactly how it works. It's how it's going to work
If
for
I
this
don't-
stream.
Wait, if I donate to a charity, I can make fun of them. Woohoo!
Yes.
Okay,
That's
I've got
why-
a list.
That's why I make fun of all the poor people.
That's funny.
But no, fun fact about here, Jack: 90% of Brits will melt if it goes above 20. It's
Mhm.
quite funny.
I remember I was watching this news article that was like, it was for you, Tony, it would have been about 70, and for me, Kian, it was like 20 degrees, and it was like 20 degrees has sent a heat wave through the London Underground, and like one or two people had passed out or whatever.
Yeah. 20 degrees is the perfect temperature.
Yeah, but
It just is.
yeah, but it's fair enough, you know. All your buildings there just keep all the heat in. You've got
They
nowhere
do.
to go.
I've not had my radiator on all year, and it's still fucking hot in this room.
Also,
Also-
how many frost giants or giants have we killed in general?
In this town or in general?
I think
In-
like
in
4 or
general.
5 now.
I think we're up to 6 because we
So
had
let's see.
the
There
one
was
in
the
the
one
forest,
forest. There was the 3 in
In the
British.
Oh
game.
yeah,
and the
we're
two
up
right
to
now.
6.
And then there were
After-
2.
Do we count the Weirbigs?
No,
They're
those are not
giants?
frost giants.
Or were they giants?
They were giants, but that's not what you asked. Because technically,
Hmm.
ogres are giants.
Okay, well, I think we've killed 8 giants.
6 giants, 2 here, 1
Well, if you
on
count
its
the
own,
ogres,
3
you
in
killed
thing
3
here.
ogres, so that's technically 9.
When did you guys kill 3 ogres?
This was in the beginning in Nightstone. There were 2 ogres in the cave. Oh no,
We
you
didn't
didn't kill
kill
those.
those
That's right.
Yeah, we're
So let's see.
remember?
Two Veerbigs, the ogre, 3 frost giants, and 1 frost giant, then 2 frost giants. You're up to 8.
I love how quickly we went from most of us being pacifist to us being bitter, angry murderers.
Mm.
Let me go make a coffee because I am rather more intoxicated than usual.
Yeah, don't do that.
Oh,
don't
I'm always
think you've-
intoxicated for these games.
That doesn't
I
make me
don't
feel
think-
good.
If it isn't a weekday, I'm probably drunk, Tony.
Mm.
It's nothing to do with you.
Good morning, Oliver.
Don't ever call me that.
Oliver Twist.
Good
I've
morning,
never even
guys.
read that book. I probably should.
There's only tiny little bowls in this place. How am I supposed to have a good bowl of cereal?
Oh no, that's such a first world problem. My
I am
bowl
very
for eating is
cerebral.
not big enough.
Why don't you just put two small balls inside of each other to make it larger?
I don't think that's how that works.
Huh? You're letting geometry prevent you from having your best life.
I think it's physics, but okay.
Physics is geometry. Everything's
Geometry is physics. Ooh, look at me. I got a PhD.
math. I've got an ST. Wait, what?
Oh, hey, Joe's here. Hi, Joe.
Ah, shit! I've lost my music.
Good, you don't need it.
Yes, I do, Tony. I'm an addict.
I got a PhD, a pretty huge defense. Look at my AC score.
I thought I was gonna have to censor the chat or to censor the stream at some point. I didn't know what you were about to say. Okay. I think Joe's here, right? I see him on my phone Discord app. Okay, good. Hi, Joe. What were you about to say, Jack?
Is Battlehammer and the Battlehammer clan one word?
Yes. It took me a minute to think about what you were asking.
Thank you.
Okay, so we last left off with you guys heading down to Neverwinter and stopping in Port Last. A thick fog has set over the town, and you have learned that it is being assaulted by frost giants. And as you stand in the street after a heavy battle with two of them, managed to having slain them. As you take stock of the area in your immediate surroundings, you can only see out to about 60 feet. The streets are absolutely littered with the cloven or smushed remains of people who either did not flee or did not flee fast enough. The fog parted just briefly as a breeze swept through the town, and you were able to see that out past the harbor, there is a massive frost giant longship in the bay. What would you like to do?
Wait, is it within 60 feet of us, the longship?
No, God, no. So you're where exactly in the town? You're not sure. Like I said, the fog had parted briefly because of a breeze, and you were able to see out into the harbor.
When the longship in Luskin was destroyed, did we get a glimpse of how many frost giants were on that longship?
I don't recall, and I think that's because because the flying wizards who destroyed it flew out pretty far to destroy the longship before it entered the harbor.
Would I be able to make an estimate considering my backstory?
Who is this talking? That's Kian?
That's Kian, hello. But Cole's ship was destroyed by that very vessel.
You can make a history check. See what you
Yes.
know about frost giant shipcraft.
Yes,
Guidance.
I will do that as soon as I am able. Because Roll20 is not being a fan today. If somebody would like to roll it for me so we don't waste time.
Yep, I got
Tony, if you wouldn't mind, thank you.
Oh. You got an 8 plus whatever your intelligence is.
Not very high. So that is a 10. That is a 9.
Yeah, you're not sure. It's a very big ship. It is probably triple or quadruple size what a human vessel would be.
Wait, did I have guidance or something?
You did, so it would be 12.
12.
It's double or triple what a human vessel longship would be.
Okay.
It's hard to gauge.
So longship's 25 to 30 men, so probably about 25 to 30 frost giants. considering the height difference, maybe 20. Right. Well, I'd guess there to be about a 20 to 30 on the roughly. I don't know. They might need less men to man them, considering the big burly arms.
Well, if they've destroyed a whole town, I can't imagine that there'd be much left. I think that we should start heading back on the road. I don't think that we can take an entire platoon of 30 frost giants.
If I'm being honest
Maybe.
here, and I hate to say it because I really like killing frost giants. These are my first two, but I'm still overwhelmed in happiness right now. If we can make our way to Neverwinter, we can warn them so they'll be ready so they can destroy the threat as it comes down the coast.
Yeah. We can give this town a wide berth, move around it, head to Neverwinter, then come back up. Because I do not think that we can manage, but I think we...
I mean, if there's innocents on the way, we might as well help them out, right? I'm a
Yes,
thief, I'm no murderer.
I think it might be a good idea to maybe camp the night, a quarter day's or a half day's walk from where we are right now, and see if we've caught any stragglers. But how dried is the blood on the ground? Can I make an investigation check?
It's probably still pretty wet.
So this has happened today, basically. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, I think that would be obvious.
Well, we've seen no people run away so far.
Nope.
I think we should maybe camp out the entire day, about a half day's walk up from here on the trail. See if we catch any lone wandering frost giants, and see if we catch any lone wandering refugees.
The issue with that is, if we do rest, that gives less time for us to get to Neverwinter to warn them. If we get there as quickly as possible, only resting when we absolutely need to, we can warn them so they're absolutely prepared and there's no actual threat. So if we're going to save the town, we save the town. If we're going to go to Neverwinter and warn them, we do that. We can't do half and half.
Well, I just don't want to get caught out by a group of giants at half strength. Well, how are our resources doing, by the way?
Well, Blue's looking a little injured, but depending on sort of the environment right now, is it quiet, Tony, or does it feel like we are?
Make a perception check based on hearing.
If we had a short rest, I think I'd be good to keep on going for the rest of the day. I haven't used much of my abilities.
Yeah, I would be too. The only things
Whoa,
I've
what
used,
the heck is this?
Did you roll from D&D
fancy.
Beyond?
Yeah, it looks different than before, though.
Love it.
Yeah, I think they made some updates to stuff like that.
So with a 24, I think that in the distance you can hear the sounds of people shouting, of wood being splintered, loud booming noises of giant laughter or war cries.
There's still people.
There are indeed, and if they're still breathing, I don't know if I can let them live. I can live with myself if I let them die. Oh wait, yes I can.
Do you have enough berries to get us up to full?
Blue was nodding along with Cole up until he was like, "Oh wait, yes again," and then he would look very confused. Berries. Let me double check my inventory.
Let me count my berry pouch.
Can I have we looted the giants yet?
No.
They did not have any sacks on them.
But there's like nothing on them, like no.
No.
That would be not even of value, but even just that would give us any information.
So they're wearing their patchwork leather armor that's kind of traditional for frost giants that you've seen before. They've also got their mighty great axes. But other than that, no, they don't have any kind of personal belongings on them.
All right.
30 good berries.
I think you would know, and you probably would have heard at this point. Sometimes different giants just attack towns for whatever reason.
Right. I have to say, Blue made a valid point. We can save a bunch of people here. And also, if that ship's anything like my vessel, there's going to be a shite ton of coin on there.
On the longship.
On the boat, aye.
Hmm.
But of course, first comes the innocents and the people, and yeah.
Yes, we don't need to win this fight. We just need to make it as difficult for the frost giants to get anything out of it.
I am uninjured from our last fight, so I will be fine.
Berries going once, going twice. Blue's is holding out
taking
this
9
sprig of
berries.
berries.
All the time while you guys have been discussing, Malira has actually been sort of in prey, just saying a silent prayer towards the giant she has attacked.
Anyone have an idea what that one's doing? Why is she on her knees? I'm very confused.
She's
I
not.
don't
She's
know.
not on her knees. She's currently has her shield planted in front of her, like holding the top of it, and just head lowered, eyes closed, muttering
Fine then.
under her breath.
Did Malira take any of those, or did you cast a spell to heal?
I took 4 of them.
Gotcha.
Right. Again, what's she doing?
All
It's
three.
almost
I
like a
took 4.
statue. You think if we poke her with a stick, she'll realize?
Just fucking talk to her.
Talk to her. But she's a bit scary.
Is this a race thing?
God, no! I got nothing to do with Drow. I just saw a person one-on-one a giant. Of course, she was losing badly, but she didn't die instantly. That's terrifying.
I think we should, after we've had our feast of berries, we should make our way towards that. The shouting. Perhaps we can help any survivors.
I agree. Can I have one berry just because I'm a bit peckish? The
Sure.
magic one. The magic won't do anything, but I've not eaten today.
I have 10 berries left.
See, I did the math and I was like, I can round that down.
Okay. So as you finish munching on berries, probably takes a minute or so, because I think Blue, you eat 7, and Bulwark has 9.
Yeah.
So yeah, it takes about a minute for you to just throw these berries down your gullets. When you're walking further into town, and you, Blue, can make out 2 distinct sources of noise. One appears to be the sound of something chopping into ice, like something loud and heavy chopping down like a block of ice. And the other is the sound of a woman shouting. In which direction do you travel?
To confirm, what languages are they shouting in?
So the woman is probably shouting in common, but it's maybe not so much words as it is just like shouts of terror. And the other sound, it's kind of hard to describe. It sounds like something is impacting like a wall or something, but that it is as if the wall was made of ice.
Right. Well, yeah, I think Blue would definitely be going towards the woman that's screaming.
Okay.
Alright, follow the giant blue guy, I suppose.
Ooh.
And I am not making another party token.
Okay.
I've gone blind.
I need to do a thing real quick. Hang on.
Let's follow the giant blue person to find the other
Are
giant
you sneaking, Blue?
I mean, we can try.
You can try.
Do this.
Okay.
Are you doing group stealth and you take the average of our stealth scores or the lowest of our stealth scores?
It kind of depends, right? So most of the time, I think it's going to be pass fail based on the passive perception, and you need more passes than fails.
Okay, easy.
That, but we rolled an 11 out of 10.
Blue
Wait.
rolled a
I haven't
2.
rolled yet. Watch.
Nope.
I really hate the new update. It looks way worse anyway.
Nice.
Watch this, kids.
I'm so confused. Why did it roll? Oh, do you have disadvantage, Blue?
Yes.
Of course, you were heavy armor.
All right, so Blue's leading the way. Probably Bulwark with him, and then Malira and Cole behind. Ooh. Okay, so what I've done here is I've messed with the dark vision on your tokens so that it kind of represents the fog. Right, so you should only be able to see out 60 feet.
Yes, I can.
I was about to say, I can see 120 in dark.
Oh, well, we're not in dark technically. It's
I
because
know.
of the fog. Let me make sure that your dark vision is right. Okay.
Yeah, it's right.
Okay, so you are not hidden from these giants, and they are not hidden from you. They're not trying to. But the scene that you happen upon is that you see that this building has been pretty much the part of the roof has, well, a large section of the roof where the building turns into a corner has been completely cleaved off. And there's a portion of the wall here that has fallen. And standing there, reaching into the building, is this 22-foot tall blue frost giant. And he seems to be trying to reach and grab at something inside, and this building is the source of that shouting. On the other side of the building, in this corner here, which I don't know if you can see because of the dynamic lighting, but you would see over the building the head of another frost giant. And he seems to also be trying to reach in through the roof at whatever is making this shouting noise. And as you pull up, the one who's reaching in the building seems to notice your group come in, and he raises his great axe at you, and we will roll initiative.
God, it's hard to see the grid on this map.
Oh, here, I can fix that.
Just feel it in your soul.
Let's do that.
Nice.
So
Wonderful, thank you.
I have subscribed to a Patreon, and because this person makes really good urban maps. So if you want to find this map and some of the other maps we're going to use today, it's a Patreon called Neutral Party. They are not sponsoring our video. I didn't ask.
Right, I'm going to roll this, Tony, and just change it to 9, okay? Because 9 was my first roll.
No, you're good with that natural one.
Oh, come on, man. I
No.
just forgot to spot my token. Like a shit.
Kian,
There's
can
only
I
one
go-
enemy. It's only lower or higher.
Kian, can I go before you in initiative, please?
What's your dexterity?
Ooh,
14.
he's pulling that one out.
Mine's 16.
But if you let me go first, I can help you out with your attacks.
Stop!
Jack-
Stop using your Scarlet accent.
Jack, was it me? I would, but rules dictate.
I don't. Does it? I thought that was just a
That
That
fight.
is technically what it is, but if you two wanted to swap your turns since you're technically on the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
initiative,
go
I'd be
ahead.
fine with that.
Go ahead, man. I don't mind.
But the Frost Giants go
Thank you.
first, and so it is going to raise its axe and point it in your direction, Blue. But then it's going to like do a feint, right? And instead of going in and rushing for the attack, it's going to throw a weighted net in your guys' direction. Let's see here. I'll roll a d4 and see who gets hit by it.
Damn it.
Blue is 1, Bulwark
Damn
2,
it.
Cole 3, and Malira 4. All right, Blue.
I would use my.
It's me.
Can I use protection?
Does that work for
I'll use
ranged
protection.
attacks?
Yeah, I'll just throw it in the chat.
When a creature you can see attacks
within-
other than you, and that is within. Yeah? Guess that works.
I am very, very happy to see this fighting style being used.
It's gonna have disadvantage.
Rare one.
Well, it rolled a 12 and a 14, so it does miss with the weighted net. The other Frost Giant is going to reach down on its side of the building, and it's going to pull out what looks like a barrel. and it is going to throw it at you, Malira, seeing how that it saw you try to block that net.
I have no idea where this other frost
Where is
giant
this frost giant?
Over here. Over here. If can you see the ping?
Yes, I can do the thing.
Yep.
Okay.
So is his head sort of just sticking over there?
Yeah. So Malira, you definitely have 3/4 cover from this.
He's meerkatting.
But it rolled a 14, so it's gonna miss with this barrel. The barrel will go wide and actually into this other building, and then it'll splatter and scatter across the floor in there. They will move. So let's see. No, I think this one's good where he is. He'll actually move into the corner a little bit more. The other one. Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Joe.
All right. Bulwark, it is your turn.
You know the drill, boys. Make them bright and bash them. And I'm going to cast. I'm going to move up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll cast Fairy Fire on the giant.
Okay.
Can I yell out after him? Do we stick him in a stew?
Stick him in a stew.
Maybe after.
It rolled a 7, so it's definitely fairy fired.
Yeah, boy.
Damn it!
Cole, it's your turn.
Oh, and I'll
This
bonus
difficult
action give my
terrain.
temp HP.
Okay.
Is this difficult terrain?
Is what difficult terrain? Since you asked, yes.
Okie dokie. Trying to work out. That's not great. Oh well. So that's just.
Why have you done this?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, this giant is gonna have to squeeze through this space, so he has to move back a little bit. Let's see here, 5, 10,
I'm going
15,
to,
20,
as I have
30,
not drawn
40.
my swords yet, I am going to shoot him with my light crossbow.
Oh, who's this? That's Cole. Okay. Yep.
Cool.
Okay. Nice.
Crit, and then I'm going to extra attack for 20.
You cannot extra attack with a crossbow.
Can I not?
Nope.
Oh, I've got to use the other action to fucking load it. God damn it!
It's a bonus action to load a crossbow, isn't it?
No, it's not any
No, it's
action.
not.
You just get, because it has the loading property, once per action because you have to reload it.
Yeah.
Should take crossbow expert.
I don't use it much, and as my bonus action, I'm just going to throw it to the ground because I know I'm going to be hopefully within range by next fight. Well, soon.
Okay. Malira, it's your turn.
So another one again.
So I think you get the crit and it like shoots right into its nostril, right? And you're like, oh, I got another one. I'm gonna get you. And then you put the crossbow down on the ground with the foot, and then you like pull the string back. And by the time you get it loaded to come up with another one, it's preparing to come and rush at you. So you just throw it to the ground.
Just thinking where to go. 20. Hey, Cole. I'll move right up here.
Okay.
Just climbing up.
I will yeet a dagger.
Okay. Are you within 20 feet? You are. So go and roll your attack.
And I would have advantage because of 35.
That's correct.
Yeet.
The 16 it should hit. Why do I not? Yeah, 16 hits.
Yeet.
7 piercing. All right, Blue, that leaves you.
Okay. I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, touch Bulwark on the shoulder, and our rings begin to glow. I will activate sorry, I'm blanking on the name of the spell.
Warding Bond.
Warding Bond, yes. And
The Frost Giant counter spells you. I'm kidding. It can't do that.
Yes, I presumed it was a joke. And then I will bonus action Hidden Step and disappear. And move. Wait, where was I? I moved 5, 10, 15, 20. So 25, 30. And I am currently invisible.
Yes. All right. It's their go. Let's see what I got to do here. 10, 20, 30, 40. And it's going to have to dash. 10, 20, 30, 40. Yep, that's all I can do. And then the other one is going to... It could still throw a rock if Bulwark is in range, though. I think it's going to hit you twice with its Great Axe Bulwark. 25 to hit.
Fuck, yes.
All right. So it's 26 slashing damage total. Before it gets dealt out, it gets divided. So, Blue, you're going to take 13.
I think it -3 from heavy armor, so then halved. I'm pretty sure it's the order of operations.
Well, he doesn't get the -3 until he takes the damage, is how I understand it.
Yeah, and then I take half of the damage he takes.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That's fine for now. So 23 halved to 11 for both of you.
Nice.
And then I need both of you to make con saves.
Bulwark makes it with a +3.
Why am I making a con save?
The Great Axe was poisoned, obviously. No, it's because of you need concentration.
I'm not concentrating on anything.
Is Warding Bond not concentration?
Nope.
Oh, I thought it was. That's ridiculous.
+3, I pass.
All right.
Thank you,
That is
Lyra.
it for... Oh, no, that was just the first attack. Boop.
That can
Let's
be
do it
it.
again. Ah, dang. Does it have a reason to have advantage against you, Bulwark? I think it should.
Why?
No, but it rolled a 26 to hit this time.
God damn it. Why do I got a 23 AC when they just roll above 25?
The other one was a crit,
Yeah,
wasn't
the
it?
other one was a crit, and it would have done a lot of damage. It would have been great. Okay, so 27 damage, reduced down to 24. Both of you take 12 damage. And then Bulwark, I need another con save for the concentration. Nice. All right, that is their turn. Bulwark, it is yours.
Oh god, I hate this.
I think you forgot to take some damage, though. Oh, no, you had,
No,
temporary
that's
hit
everything.
points. I forgot about that.
Yep. I'll roll with advantage, sorry. So it's 17 for 5 bludgeoning damage,
That'll hit.
and then a
Not
19
using your
for
Thunder
4.
Gauntlet?
Oh wait, I should be using my Thunder Gauntlets. Damn. Can I reroll my damage die?
Yes. Well, what is your Thunder Gauntlet die? It's a D8, right?
A D8 plus my
Gotcha.
intelligence, so it's 12 damage and 6 damage.
Okay. Let's see. I need to add back the 6, and then it is 18.
Sorry, Tony.
You're fine. And then this is... Make sure you're keeping track of the number of rounds left. I hope we don't stay in this one encounter for 10 rounds, but, you know. Cole, you're up.
Yes, I am, and you grossly underestimate our incompetence. And by I, of course, me mine. Right, move 15 feet. You're in range now, big boy. And I'm going to make 3 attacks.
Don't forget advantage.
Cole, as you
With
come
advantage.
around that area there, around that corner, you can see behind this frost giant that the second one, wielding a shield and a large battle axe, is like squeezing his way through the alley behind the building.
Guys, there's another one. Guys, there's another one.
Well, it's the one that you knew that was in the corner. You just kind of lost track of it because of the fog. 19 hits on both, and then 25 will also hit, so 30 total points of damage. Damn, that's a lot. He's not happy about this as you start to carve up his ankles.
Only I had
Back to the
active
ankle
courage.
carving.
I mean, that's all. I mean, where else can you hit? This man is like triple your size.
Back of the knee.
Yeah. Well, his back of the knee would be on the other side, I think.
One can swerve.
Well, not until you get around there. That's like a whole nother 25 feet of movement. What do you mean?
25-foot knees.
He's a chunkin' big boy. He paid for this 15-foot by 15-foot cube, and he's gonna use every inch. Malira, it's your turn.
Give me a sec counting. I will get to here with 30 feet.
Okay.
And I'll just say under my breath in Elvish, I'm sorry for this. And I'm going to make my 2 sword.
Master, forgive me, but this one time I have to go all out.
No.
What's behind you?
Yeah, 23 definitely hits.
Does Malira have a fedora?
No.
The 24 hits also for 5. Okay, is that it?
Let's look at my spells quickly. Who's next? Nah, let's save my spells for now. Okay, I'm done.
All right, Blue, you are up.
Okay, blue reappears. I'm going to use my second use of wild shape to transform from the Archer's constellation into the Chalice, and then I shall cast Cure Wounds on myself. What's my Cure Wounds now? 28. I'll do it at 2nd level.
Okay. Nice.
So 19 healing to myself. So 31, 41. And Bulwark, you receive.
Does that
1d8
include?
plus 5.
That include? How are you making it include your extra bonus? Because I've never been able to get it to do that on D&D Beyond.
You can just manually change it, and also I think they updated it. Bulwark, you heal for 9. And then I will continue to move 5, 10, 15, 20.
You know, it's not as pretty, but I feel like the fact that it gives you all that information is really quite handy.
All right, on their turns. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. This one who squeezes out of the building, Malira, you see that he has a shield in one hand and a very large battle axe on his hip. On his other hip, the hip that he has a shield on, he reaches down with his hand and pulls out a bundle, and he tosses it into the air, and it expands out into a net. And it's going to try to catch you in this net. It rolled a 15, though. I'm very disappointed about it. One of these days, this net needs... Oh, I think it already has, hasn't it?
Yeah, it restrained V back in
right.
Icewind Dale.
Let's see, that was... Oh, what were you about to say, Blue?
I was just saying to get your nets out of here.
Let's see, I think I said 20 feet, so 25, 30, 35. And I think it can stop there and be... Nope, one more. Boop. And then the other one... Seeing Bulwark keep going and getting healed, I think he's going to keep on attacking you, Bulwark, even though V has come up and Cole has come up as well.
Sorry,
not V.
Very dead.
Malira. So 12, that misses. 25.
Oh my god, fine, that hits.
Jesus Christ.
So it starts with 17, reduces down to 14. Both of you take 7 points of damage, and then I need you to make the concentration save, please.
I succeed.
Yes. And it becomes your turn.
Wait, why do you have advantage?
I don't know. It's a 9 plus 3.
It is not plus
you're not
3.
in my aura.
So you fail.
But he gets
no.
+1 from Warding Bond.
No, this is including the +1 from Warding Bond.
Oh.
I just equipped a ring of protection, so it fails.
Boop.
Oh.
The glittering lights of the firecracker of your fairy fire dim and disappear as you lose concentration on the spell.
Well, I will take out a bundle of my stone runes, and I will throw them at the second giant. They sort of cling to the armor around him, and they glow a bright orange color as I cast Heat Metal on the second giant.
He's not wearing metal armor.
Isn't he?
No, he's wearing patchwork leathers.
Oh, Has he got any like metal on his hat?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. What's he? He's got a great axe. You said.
He has a battle axe. The haft of it is the blade is metal, but the wooden handle of it is not.
Alright. That's fair enough. They make the metal part of the axe glow on the second giant.
Can you put it? Because he's not actually holding it right now. Can you put it in chat so I can see what it's how exactly he takes the damage? Because if he just is in contact with it and he takes damage, I want to give it to you.
Oh, is he not even holding the great axe?
No, because he had it like on his hip on like a leather strap, and he threw the net out.
Oh, is this like a two-handed shield he's holding?
No, it's a one-handed shield, but he had the net in the other hand.
Okay. I will put it in chat.
So if you want to target the blades of his battle axe, I would allow it. So he'll take the damage, but he's not. I guess if he's wearing it. Okay, yeah. Okay, so roll damage. 11. Con save. He rolls a 12, so he fails, but he can't drop it because he's not holding it. So yeah.
And I will go 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Cole.
Oh, there are like
Yes.
people in there.
I am going to make 3 more attacks because I do one thing and I do it somewhat well some of the time.
And Bulwark, since you pointed it out, yes, there are 3 people. There is a woman and 2 children in this house.
Oh, the children, we should have just let them take them. 14, 27, and 17.
The 27 and the 17 will hit.
Oh, that's 18 damage then.
All right. Malira, you are up.
I'll take a step forward.
Mhm.
And then with one of my last 2 spell slots, I will cast Searing Smite on my sword.
Mm.
And then I'm going to go for 2 attacks. And that's a hit.
Yep, the 20 hits. You don't have advantage anymore, though.
Yeah, I know. One sec. Let me just double check Searing Smite's text.
It does a d6 of fire damage, and I think it's continual. The target
Make a
ignites.
Constitution.
Well, it rolled an 11, so it definitely fails.
That's the first amount of damage.
So 9 points of damage, and it. The attack deals an extra 1d6 fire damage to the target and causes it to ignite in flames. Oh, it doesn't make the con save until the beginning of its turn.
But it should keep that one,
Yeah.
right?
No, of course.
Yeah.
I would do the same to you. Yeah.
Of course.
So
Cool.
9 points of damage.
Divine Smite.
I'm going to put my last spell slot of Divine Smite.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2d8. Whack.
You're missing 2d8 there, bud.
No, I'm not.
Oh, never mind. That's just low rolls. 11 plus 13 is 24. All right, he's not looking good, but he is still alive.
That me.
Okay, Blue's going to peek out. 5, 10. See that Bulwark Sparkling has disappeared. And we'll try some of his own. I'll place it like here so I can get both of them and no party members. So dex saves from both of them, please.
Okie doke.
What you didn't know were these frost giants were gymnasts and thus have a +5 to dexterity.
This
They've got
is
like the
inaccurate.
leg warmers.
They rolled a 6 and a 1.
They are
they're just in
warm.
leotards.
Armored leg warmers to protect their ankles. They're
No!
attacking against us.
Anything else, Blue?
Question.
Mhm.
If I eat a good berry with my action, does that trigger chalice healing?
I don't think so, because I think that the wording of chalice says that when you cast a spell that heals.
Yeah, got you. Okay, that's fine. I just thought of it randomly. I'm moving back.
Okay.
That's the end of my turn.
The giant to the south has disadvantage, by the way,
Why?
because of it failed.
Oh,
its,
they're both
in
to the
contact
south of
with
you, so you might need to be more specific.
Oh, sorry.
No,
This
I know.
one here
That giant needs to move.
is
This one here
With
is the
the
one
heat
with
metal.
the yes.
yes, and it's
Okay.
until the start of my next turn. He has disadvantage until he removes it.
Well, it's going to come here, and it is going to go through the pain, and it is going to attack you, Bulwark, with the flaming battle axe that you've subjected it to. Oh, it's actually more damage than that.
I need to the one on the right needs to take the searing smite damage.
It does here in just a second when it is its turn. It rolled a 20 and a 23, and then it rolled a 28 and an 11, so that's not going to work. And 6 points of fire smite damage. It is going to use its great axe to cut you down, Bulwark. It's gonna switch its focus to Malira, I think.
No, hit Bulwark. Hit
Nope.
Bulwark.
22.
Hit.
18 points of slashing damage.
Ow.
And you need to make a Constitution save for concentration.
13.
All right, and then the second attack is a 14 that misses,
Aha.
and that is their turn. Bulwark, you're up.
How is this guy looking? Is he bloody yet?
He's very, very, very bad. He's very injured, and he's on
Okay.
fire. Kind of hard to tell how injured he is because he's on fire.
I will send my first attack against the one to the right. All right, advantage.
That misses.
Hey,
Yeah,
thank
you clock him in the shins, and you hear a shattering sound from inside his flesh, and he topples over and expires. Roll a d4 for me.
Oh no.
All right, Cole, go ahead and roll me a dexterity save, please.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
He has a +3 to this.
Oh, then it's
You roll a
26.
26, and you're able to duck out of the way, roll to the side as the frost giant falls over on top of you.
Alrighty then.
Boop. It's your turn. Speaking of which,
Aye. 10
I
feet
haven't
movement.
done my second attack yet.
I'm sorry. When I
You
see
rolled
two,
both ones. Oh.
That wasn't meant to be
yeah, I know.
annoying. 16.
The 16 misses. Oh no, wait. I'm sorry. Hang on. Boop. The 16 does miss.
Okay.
He reaches down and plants his shield in the ground, and your thunder gauntlet hits it. Malira. No, sorry, Cole. Whoop.
Yes.
Jumping all over the place.
Alright, move 10 feet.
Mhm.
Attack 3 times, all with advantage. Well, a 23, a crit, and a 26.
They all hit. So
Dealing 15 plus 17, 22
32.
plus. No.
Yes.
Yeah.
20. Yes, 32. Right. Is that it?
And yeah, I don't think I can do anything else as of yet.
Malira, it's your turn.
I'm gonna whack it twice.
That's disgusting.
Have advantage. No.
Oh, okay. I forgot about. No.
They both miss.
It's just unfortunate.
What it does is, so from the time that it puts the shield on the ground in front of Bulwark, Cole comes up to the side and kind of stabs into its knee. It drags the shield through the ground and blocks your strikes, Malira.
No, I don't. Okay, that's me.
All right, Blue.
Time to peek what's going on out there. One of them is dead. Great victory.
This fucking
Okay.
Furbolg, man.
I'm gonna, seeing that Melira has taken a bit of damage, I shall healing word her. Sorry. I don't know that I want to do that. I'm just gonna, yeah, I'll Sacred Flame and healing word her.
Okay. I need. Aw, man, I've been hitting the wrong button for con saves. Whoops. It's going to take you 14 damage.
And that's 11 healing plus 1d8 plus 5. A total of 23 healing for you, Melira.
That puts me back up to max because I was missing, what, 18?
And then I go bye-bye.
Oh, wait. Nope. I need to see here. 7 plus that. It passes your con save, Bulwark.
My con save.
Yep.
That was for the initial one. That's for it to hold its weapon. It now takes 2d8 fire damage at the start of all of its turns.
Well, it has to make the save at the start of its turns. Oh, no, that's Searing Smite. Doop, doop.
No, it's got to maintain holding a weapon. It has to make a Constitution saving throw. It's not holding the weapon, so it takes the damage automatically.
I see. Well, it was going to pick up the weapon anyway. So that works. Grabs the weapon, and it's going to hit you.
Disadvantage on all of its attacks because heat metal does that when you're holding a weapon.
Yes, I know.
I love heat metal.
There's a lot of advantage, disadvantage going around. I love it.
That's right.
It did not succeed.
I'm pretty sure if you roll with advantage, you get to roll your damage twice also.
That's not, no.
Oh no, let's not get into that.
Bulwark, it's your turn. It's unable to swing accurately with this blazing axe.
I like to imagine that as it like comes down, its hand sort of burning Bulwark sort of just ducks down and just like 1, 2, like right down the big toenail, shattering like each toenail in half on each of its big toes.
Yes, you can like to think that if you want.
Anyway.
Cole, you're up.
Alright. Slashing at his ankles. I do have other things, but they're all non-combat related.
19 does hit. 26 also hits.
19,
yep.
26, 25. That's 19, 26 damage.
Yep, not looking good. You guys are handling these two a lot better than the other two.
But these two were in a line. The other two came from both sides.
Melira.
Whack, whack. Yay, 20.
That hits. Roll damage.
5.
It takes your 5. Blue.
Hello, friends. How's it going out there?
Oh, damn it, he's back.
I will Sacred Flame.
You have found this giant's weakness, dexterity saving throws. However, it rolled a 16 this time.
I've got a 17 save, so it gets fucked anyway.
It takes your 8 damage.
And I do nothing with my bonus action because I don't need to right now.
It's its turn. And I think it's pretty fed up. It's going to throw the axe on the ground, and I think Bulwark, it's going to pick you up. Roll an athletics or acrobatics check.
Why is it only targeting Bulwark?
Because I give him disadvantage on everything.
So it comes down.
No, wait, no, it's not safe.
It comes down with its hand on top, like to like smash you in and pick you up with the dirt, and you manage to hold your arms up and prevent being like squished down into the ground.
Wait, he succeeded?
He did. It rolled very low.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Oh wait, hang on. It has advantage because it's larger than you, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
I'm pretty sure that it does. Let me double check. I am willing to pause for this.
Oh, it also takes the heat metal damage.
It dropped the axe.
It was still in contact with it though at the start of its turn.
Heat metal's
Bork,
OP. I'm banning it from the game.
Oh, and it also has disadvantage on ability checks, so it does not
It's
have
not
advantage
holding
on
the
its-
axe anymore.
But it was in contact with it at the start of its turn.
No. When it drops the axe, it doesn't. Put it back in the chat. That wouldn't make any sense. Why would it still have disadvantage if it's dropped it? Oh, it needs to make a con save or have that. No, if it doesn't drop it. Yeah, I knew I was right. Out of here, Bulwark, trying to save yourself from getting thrown.
If a creature is holding or wearing the object,
Look at the next sentence.
It takes damage. If it oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So I thought it meant that if it hadn't dropped it before. Yep, you good.
Mm-mm. But I don't see anything about having advantage for that's the grappled condition. I need grappling. I'm just gonna say that it does, and if it doesn't, I can look it up later. It rolled a 19 against your 16.
I'm grappled.
It's just gonna chuck you somewhere. Maybe into this building over here.
doesn't have disadvantage against the building because of the thunder gauntlet.
Well, I'm not gonna make it roll to hit a building. But I will let Bulwark make a dexterity save as he is flying and can possibly hit this this roof. No, unfortunately not. Bulwark, you are going to take 28 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are now in this building.
14.
Okay.
Ah, that's right. Yep.
Well, it's 28. Does Heavy Armor Master stop that damage?
It depends on the wording of Heavy Armor Master.
It's from weapon attacks, so no.
Because how I'm using the rock statistics to roll for the damage, yes, technically. So sure, 25, and then both of you take 12.
If an attacker within 30 feet of you deals damage.
And then Bulwark, it is your turn. I know the dynamic lighting is weird, but there's an exit to the building to your north here. Or you can climb out of the building if you want to give that a try. So to climb over the destroyed wall is probably going to be a good 20 feet of climbing.
Would that get me on the other side of the wall?
It would get you on top of the wall.
Oh, even better. And I will cast.
So I presented that as the option. 20 feet of climbing, unless you have a climb speed or some kind of magic to aid your climbing, you would need 40 feet of movement to get up.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So could I leave this side or?
So this whole area here is still walled. It's just a part of the roof that's caved in. The exit, if you were going to walk out, is on the other side of the building.
Okay. Could you move me to the other side of the building? Then I'll try and walk out.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
And just oh yeah, I can see now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm like there.
Yep. Oh. You would have to be 10 feet back because I think you landed prone. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Cole,
Ah,
you're up. This giant has just picked up your traveling companion and thrown him into another building. And as you poke him with the pointy end, he falls over dead. He had 1 hit point left. Oop. Okay, and he falls over to the south and nobody gets hurt. Hooray, everybody here lived.
Yay.
Hooray!
As you slay that other giant, the second one, the 3 people in the building seem to have kind of pushed themselves further in to avoid any kind of confrontation.
I will sheath my sword let out a little prayer for the giants and head over to the building and just looking for them.
They're there, kind of just cowering in a corner.
I'll shout out to them. Are you three all right?
Quick point of order: that warding bond would have ended slightly when he got out of the other building. He would have been greater than 60 feet away.
Gotcha.
The older woman who's like holding her two children, a boy and a girl, behind her, she says, "You were all right. Thank you. We'll just stay here if that's all right."
We do have a car a little way out of the city. You can wait there until everything dies down.
There's no telling what we'd find upon traveling in this fog.
Your call.
Thank you, really.
Do any of you need medical care?
Not unless you can bring someone back from the dead.
That is out of my. That's out of my abilities.
Well, then my husband Jim will have to rest then.
Okay. She
Blue does not laugh.
She
Terrible bedside manner, that furbog of yours. She doesn't
well,
say
we're gonna
that.
go look for other people now. Stay hidden, please.
I have been muted this entire time.
Yes.
God dang it, I have been talking to myself.
And so you guys leave.
People are definitely. Should we try to convince them to go to the cart? Maybe.
I don't think they will.
I think they're as good here hiding as any.
We are just here to let them live a little longer. What they do with that is up to them. And Blue, do you have any berries left? I think
Only
as
4.
Bull's like coughing up blood.
If you need more immediate attention, Blue will put a hand. Wait, how injured are you?
I'm not. I'm just a little bit under, not bloodied. I can probably top myself up with my own healing.
Don't worry. Don't worry. A 3rd level cure wounds coming
Cool.
They're not looking okay.
Are you not looking okay, Cole?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm still at max HP. On a scale of 1 to 58, I give myself a 58.
28 healing to you, Bull.
I'm back up.
You feel
It's
one of your
probably-
ribs crack back into place.
It's not too bad fighting giants, but they love just throwing me into walls. It's probably a bit of a culture shock, Melira. I hope this isn't going to give you PTSD or something.
I'll be fine.
Either.
I think Blue is listening again for trying to, after the aftermath of the battle, trying to listen for where that other sound is coming from and try to head there as well.
Okay. I think it's easy enough to head in that direction. I need to do some quick editing, though, because the situation has changed since you made a decision.
Player agency. Oh my god. This is the best DM ever, everyone. Everyone watching the stream should pay this man.
Don't do that. And then all those poor people. Okay. So as you are trying to find the source of that other sound, Blue, you come upon the remains of what appears to be a ruined temple. The wall here has taken a major bit of damage. And I think. Nope, you can't see. Um, and you hear the sound of like shifting rubble in the remains of this temple.
What is it? A temple to a god, or
Make a well. So I think that just from this side of it, there's not a whole lot of iconography. There's probably like a stained glass window. You could try to make a religion check to see if you can ascertain if you know about this deity. Yeah, so I think you have so the stained glass window has a it's an image of a ship that is sailing through and there's a storm behind it, right? And so I think that you gather pretty quickly that this is a temple to Umberly. And Umberly is known as the bitch queen of the sea. She's commonly worshipped at ports, if not as just a place for sailors to go, like, hey, here's some gold as a tithe. Don't destroy my ship when we go out to the ocean. I think that's what you're able to ascertain.
okay? And do I see any frost giants roaming around?
Not in the immediate area that you can see. No, what you can see is pretty much what you can see.
Okay. I guess
The fog is still very much thick here.
Is that sound still happening?
No.
Okay.
No. Now the only thing that you can hear.
That?
The only thing you can hear now in the immediate area is the sound of like someone shifting rubble.
You know.
I guess
If
I'll. Sorry. Okay.
No, you go.
I was just going to say Blue would slowly try and track down the source of that shifting noise.
Are you trying to be stealthy?
I mean, we can try.
The sea bitch, a bit of me well-earned and legally obtained goods. Maybe me ship wouldn't have been destroyed. Maybe.
Maybe.
Wonderful.
As we start stealth, I'm going to just use divine stealth.
Divine stealth.
Divine.
Nothing about the stealth was divine.
I can tell.
So divine sense. Can you put that in the chat for me?
Yeah, it's mainly for the desecrated.
You do not sense any celestials, fiends, or undead. There also is no sense of consecration or desecration.
I thought I might use it.
Okay. So I think again, Blue's probably in the front because he's been leading the way most of the time. Will work probably close to him, unless anyone wants to be in any other particular order.
Oh, I see a big boy.
I'd like to be at the front because I always somehow end up at the back and then get stabbed and then have to take 2 turns to run them.
Okay.
I'll hold up the back.
Oh, can you see? Can you see that big boy? Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, I think as you guys walk out of this alley here or out of this road here and see this broken down church and enter in to the space, to this square, you see the back of a frost giant who is partially covered in. Oh shit, that was cold damage they would have taken. Well, they are immune to cold damage, so they don't need to take it. I started this fight thinking, oh, hey, they can take some damage, but then I realized it was cold damage. Oops. Okay. You see that his skin is covered in frost, however, he seems not to care about it. And as you approach, I think the clanging of your armor and weapons alerts him to your presence, and he shouts out in Giant that there are people on the north side of this building, and I need you lot to roll initiative.
Real bad at this stealth thing. Just real bad.
I mean, if I didn't have my chainmail, I would have advantage with it.
Oh, that doesn't feel good for old Cole.
Cole, he is going to take one of the rocks of the rubble of this temple, and he's going to throw it at you.
Oh, wonderful.
He only rolls a 14 to hit, though.
Fantastic news.
Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. One that has been in the central area of the temple. Let's see, what's the range? Oh, no, it's nowhere near close enough. Malira, I think he's going to throw a rock at you. This big shaft of a pillar that he picks up and tosses in your direction. 20 to hit.
Oh no.
33 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh no.
And let's see here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And he's
It's a new session.
All right. Blue, this one here is going to come up, and he's going to reach down and pull out a net, and he's going to try to catch you in it.
Okay.
And he rolls a 22.
I am netted.
You are restrained. And that is their turn. Blue, it is yours. If you like, you can make an action to make a strength check to try to get out of the net.
Or I can just attack the net.
With slashing damage, yes.
Can I Sacred Flame the net?
No. I mean, I guess you could Sacred Flame it, but it wouldn't have any effect. I think Sacred Flame you have to target a creature, right?
I target myself.
I find myself in a bit of a pickle.
If you have a way to deal fire damage, I would say you could burn the rope, although you might burn yourself in the process.
Pickle is a weird way to pronounce net.
I do not have fire damage. This is not very good. I'm going to cast. They can have advantage on me, which is not very fun.
Yes, the tables have turned.
Sorry, give me just one moment.
Why are you so proud of this?
I think we must perform a tactical retreat.
I'm just gonna have to rely on one of my friends to get me out of this because I cannot. Well, I could make a strength check, but that would waste my entire action. Whereas it could just be one attack from them. So I'm gonna cast Aid with a second level slot.
Okay.
So myself, Bulwark, and sorry, I always forget your name.
Malira.
Malira, yes.
Like malaria.
I'm going to use a third level slot, so we're all going to.
I think you've already used 2 third level slots today, Blue.
I restored one with a Bell of Power.
Gotcha.
So we're all going to get 10 extra hit points, and that also heals, so it triggers Chalice 1d8 plus 5, and I'm going to put that on Malira.
Okay.
So we all get 10, and Malira, you heal for another 10.
Speaking of which, Malira, it is your turn.
Right, I'm gonna use my. I was really saving this for a big old hit within 30 feet of me, but I'll use my bonus action to use Harness Divine Power to get in a second level spell slot back.
Okay. I think it's your action, right?
It's a bonus action.
Okay.
There you go. And with my action, first I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20.
Oh no.
Blue.
Oh no.
3 giant.
Oh, no.
I will cast the humanoid, so this should work. I'll cast Hold Person and the one on the left.
All right, you cast the spell, and it has no effect.
Baby giants.
I mean, choose a humanoid. Are giants humanoid?
Now you know that they are not.
Oh, okay. Yay. I'll put
Aren't
on
they
my shield.
monstrosities?
They are not. They are giants.
D&D promoting racism.
Tut tut.
So I think, Malaria, you stride up very confident that this will work, and you release the magic. And I think what happens is the kind of magical effect that would normally happen, like whatever visual, it only comes up to like the giant's knee, right? And it just kind of shakes it off. It says in giant, numb. Bulwark.
Hold up. Oh no.
I think we need to perform a tactical retreat. Bulwark isn't prone, is he? I mean, Bulwark Blue isn't prone, is he?
It doesn't say that in the description of this specific attack, so no. I think he's just. I think what happened is like the rocks, like it kind of worked like a bolo in a way, and just kind of wrapped him up.
Can I? The only knife I've got on my character is the knife from my barber's supplies. Can I use that to cut the net, or how does removing the net work?
So that's not even a dagger. So I think it would do 1 piercing damage plus your strength or dex if you were to hit the rope. Otherwise, you could make a strength check on Blue's behalf, but it would be your action.
Yep, I do that.
Okay.
Just no, like, oh.
Wait, what? Okay.
Cole has 3 attacks.
No, Cole has 1 attack, and he's going to need his action to stop to do things that I can't say because metagaming.
If this is, I'm going to step back here and take the dodge action. I don't know.
Bulwark flees. He says, "F everybody else. I am out. This dwarf survives."
I did not say that. I did not say that. I said we should make a tactical retreat. And I'm taking the dodge action.
Cole, it's your turn.
I wanted to use my action to try to drag Malia out of there so we don't have another character in 3 sessions.
You can run.
But
yeah, she can run.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, I still have 1 spell left.
I'll make an attack on the ropes then.
Okay. That misses.
All right, I'll make another one.
That hits. Let me see here. How much hit points?
AC of a net. How hard is that to miss?
So you hit and you deal your 10 damage. The nets are fraying, but they are still tied up around Blue.
Oh, son of a biscuit. What?
Is the net prone? Does he have advantage?
No and no, but with that final attack, you managed to slice through the net, and he is freed.
Nets are my new nemesis. Frost giants are out, nets are in. If I grab Malira, I can only move 15 feet, right?
That would be true, but I think you would need to have your action to grab onto her.
Yeah, I thought I might need that, so, which is why I wanted Blue to free the net, but God, okay, 5, 10, 15, 20. Is this the way we came in?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, it is their turn. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. The one who has not thrown his net yet, he is going to throw it, and he's going to throw it at you, Malira. He only rolled an 8, though.
Yay.
Let's see here, 15 feet. They could throw rocks, or they could get attacks. This is a conundrum. I think they're going to step up, and I think they're going to attack. Let's do 2 attacks on Blue and 2 attacks on Malira.
The first attack on Blue. No, wait. No. Oh, wait.
Okay.
Actually, I'll give the first one disadvantage.
On Blue?
Yeah.
Okay. It rolls a 15. Sorry, it rolls a 12 in that case.
Good. Miss.
Second attack on Blue is a 23.
Hit.
17 points of slashing damage. And then Malira. It doesn't have advantage against you for any reason, does it?
No.
Okay, just making sure
You
you're
rolled a
not.
crit, didn't you?
Just making sure you're not a barbarian and you didn't reckless attack last time.
No, they died a couple episodes ago.
19 to hit.
That hits.
All right, you're gonna take 32 points of slashing damage. The other one you would have taken 49.
Oh, you're dead again.
No, he rolled a crit. But
I didn't. It was
didn't have
it was on the
advantage.
yep. Blue, it's your turn, and you watch as these frost giants stride up and take these massive swings, and one catches Malira off guard, knocking her a feet or two to the side.
How injured does Malira look?
On death's door.
All right. Action, Channel Divinity, 20 hit points to you.
Currently
And then Healing
vomiting
Word.
Oops, I hit minus 20 instead of plus 20.
Oh no, you're dead.
She's dead. Just falls over flat. You accidentally
There we go.
cast Power Word Kill on her. Right, and then you get an additional 18 from Blue's Healing Word.
28.
Oh, well.
A total of 48 healing.
The threat of death is non-existent around you guys.
What do you
I
mean?
think Blue might be. I think Blue might be out of spell slots.
What do you mean the threat of death? This is like the fifth CR million creature we've had to fight today. The fifth, sixth, and seventh.
And then I don't know. Should I move? Probably. I don't have hit step anymore. This is scary.
You have legs, don't you?
It's like I can thorn whip you out of their attack range.
I'll move 5.
It's going to use its reaction to go ahead and take that attack of opportunity on you.
Yep.
27 to hit.
Yep.
32 points of slashing damage.
What the fuck?
I rolled nearly max damage. So Blue, you
Wait,
turn to
isn't that-
run and it
Isn't that
slices.
split between you and Bulwark? No, wait, no, that ended. Sorry.
It you turn around to go run, Blue, and it comes up with the axe from where it had last slashed you, and you stumble over as it knocks the wind completely out of you.
Yep.
All right, Malira.
So I'm going to turn around
Turn around.
and I'm going to cast me Drow Spell of Darkness.
All right, where are you going to put that? 20-foot radius sphere of darkness, right?
15-foot radius.
15-foot radius. Let's see here.
Ooh,
5, 10.
that's good.
5, 10, 15, 10.
I've been playing way too much Pathfinder. I was like, are they going to get an opportunity attack on her casting a spell?
Oh, Pathfinder.
All right, where are you going to put it?
Right there.
Right.
Centered right there.
Bulwark, you're blind. You don't know what foul magics have been taken upon you.
Died.
I would have turned around to look at Bulwark, and I'm just going to start moving straight towards him before I casted it.
Mm-hmm.
So I would go here, and then I would bump into Bulwark and just tell him to go that way, go that way.
Yes, okay. Straight south.
What way? I can't see your fingers.
Now I would be pushing him in the direction.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then I would go past him like that and then continue forward.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That me.
Bulwark?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1.
And then you just keep on running.
Hey, I'm not actually. Actually, I will call Malira still in fucking range. God damn it! So I was here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd end up there if I didn't dash, and I don't want to be there if I don't dash. Yeah, I'm going to go around here and hide.
Okay. So you just basically run off the map. That's fine.
Yes.
Cole.
Yep, 60 feet straight off the map. Let's go.
Okay.
Just bolt past Bulwark.
Let's see. They're not the brightest. Like they're smart, but they're not the brightest cookies in the shed. You know what I mean?
You mean cookies in the jar?
The sharpest light bulb in the cookie jar.
Yeah, that one.
I hate you all.
So I think that they will probably spend a turn slashing around as they like try to find you in this darkness. That's reasonable. Yeah. And then we can drop out of combat at that point because you guys will have gotten far enough away that I don't think they would have been able to catch up or find you.
All right, so abandon this town. Go get the woman and the 2 children from earlier.
Hang on. You're running down the street. Are you just going to stop in the middle of the street and have this conversation?
Can talk whilst running. I do it all the time.
I highly doubt this.
Yeah, of course you can.
Running is not an anaerobic exercise. Running is an anaerobic exercise, sir.
If you can't talk whilst running, I mean, yeah, that's the worry.
Talk while light jogging?
You can talk whilst running. I do it all the time.
Running at full speed, sprinting. You are sprinting away. You're telling me you can have a full conversation while you're sprinting away.
Let's just say that we run for 5 seconds, talk for 2.
Okay.
You have to, you know, might have to limit yourself to a mile or 2, but I'm sure you could do it. You'd be dead afterwards. Right. So, town's doomed. Let's get the woman and the children from earlier. Go on to Neverwinter. Warn them about the incoming threat.
Yes, we should still wait in our. I think we should still wait in our cart for the day, though, to see if any survivors make it out.
So we should probably get the survivors from the building first, though.
Oh, of course. How are you doing, though, Cole? Are you feeling okay seeing all of this?
What do you mean seeing all this?
I don't know how much killing you've done before.
Not much. I've killed, obviously.
Okay.
We're not big on killing, but it doesn't really gross me out too much.
Okay, just making sure, you know. Half of surviving is the physical fighting, the other half is the mental care.
I have no idea what that means, but it sounds like you're offering me a glass of rum.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, see, win. Right,
So it sounds like you're intent on leaving the town?
Yeah, after going to that building where those people were cooped up.
Okay.
Also, did those 2 giants from before have anything on them?
No.
Okay.
Yep, they had their weapons and their shields and their patchwork leather armor. Other than that, they did not appear to have any other effects.
We're so poor.
And as we're running through the town, are those 3 giants there? Do we get the idea that like the last 3 giants left, or are there any more giants that we can hear in the background?
Yeah, so throughout the town, I think you can hear other scenes playing out of various destruction and people being attacked.
This certainly doesn't feel good.
Let's get out of here.
Aye. How are we going to convince those people to go with us? Oh, wait, yeah. Looming giant threat and imminent demise. Yeah, that'll do it.
I think when you get to this house, those people are actually not there.
They were giants all along.
Yes, those tricksy, shape-shifting Jotuns.
Those shape-shifting Jotun bastards.
Wait, giants can do that?
No.
I don't know. I found out about magic like 2 days ago.
No,
I think you've heard of giants.
I've never seen a giant before.
Bastards, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm not a particular fan of them.
Except for this lovable goblin right over here.
I mean, technically, I'm not a giant.
Pinch the 8-foot blue's cheek.
Yeah, They weren't all bad, Malira. Something's happened with them, and they've all gone a bit haywire. But I don't think we should abandon the town. I think we should rest up and come back in tomorrow. I'm sure someone's gone down somewhere to get more help. I think that by the time we make the journey down there and the journey back, someone
think
would
if
have told someone.
I think if we venture into the town again, and then spend the time going back into the town, then the time going back out. By the time we get to Neverwinter, we might be too late. Again, you can't. We got to pick. We're not going to be able to defeat the entire giant ship.
Why are we? What are we warning Neverwinter of?
About the giant ship that's sailing the coast and raiding everything.
I mean, it's attacked Port Luskin, but we don't actually know if it's attacking Neverwinter.
That was a different ship.
I know, but I thought we were going to Neverwinter to try and, warn them so they could get people up here to help out.
I mean, there's that too, but also, the ships attacking every city on the coast. So, let's just say there won't be an armada going towards Neverwinter. They should know.
Well, you know pirates, right?
Yeah,
Cole.
very much so. Yes.
They don't want to take losses. They take easy targets. I just say that we.
They tried to attack Luskin. I don't think these fuckers are pirates.
Fair. Well, I think we should stay here. I don't think that by the time we get to Neverwinter that we can do anything of note. I think there are more people here to be saved.
I have to disagree, but whatever.
I agree. I don't think we're going to be able to make a difference if we travel all the way to Neverwinter.
We can
Whereas
get
if
them
we
faster, which gives them more time. It also means
But I
they
mean,
can mobilize.
Neverwinter is a massive city, right? They'll have defenses just like Luskin does. It's these small port towns that have nothing that are the vulnerable targets.
Yeah, but what's to say they don't send more than a few ships to Neverwinter? You know how many frost giants there are, because I don't.
Tony,
Mm-hmm.
because I imagine that while we're travels, we do talk and ask people about giant activity. Would we know how prevalent giant raids are on the Storm Coast as of recently?
Make a history check.
I assume if I made it, I'd make it with disadvantage, considering I haven't been on the land for most of the time.
No, not
That should
necessarily.
be 21.
21.
Yep, that tracks.
So frost giant longships have been a variable threat along the Sword Coast. It's not unheard of. It's kind of bold that they are taking it from destroying ships and taking plunder to actually coming onto land and just having a siege. With a 21 though, you do know that this is the second time in the last month that Port Last has been besieged by frost giants. You also know in particular that Port Last has a history of being besieged by giants, orcs. There was a witch queen at one point who took over the city. It's at a pretty bad time.
Would I know if Neverwinter had experienced any giant attacks as of recent, or would be aware of giant attacks? The giant attacks on this port?
Probably, but I think you would also know with the 21 that Neverwinter was pretty much destroyed by the volcanic eruption of Mount Hotono. About 80 years ago.
So there's not diddly squat in Neverwinter.
I mean, it's rebuilding, but it's nowhere near as large as it used to be. Because after the volcanic eruption, there was also a siege of demons and whatnot from the Underdark that they only just recently managed to seal up.
You okay there, Kian?
That was Joe, actually.
Oh, okay. You okay there, Joe?
I was about to say something myself.
I haven't said anything.
You were
You were just listening to yourself.
You're humming nervously.
Oh no! I just saw the post in Discord, and it's got me singing the fucking Attack on Titan theme song again. I love that series. Sorry.
Well,
Now sponsored by Attack. No, we're not.
how about this? They came on a longship, right? We've seen the longship. If I get close enough, I can shatter its rudder and make it sink. I can destroy the whole vessel.
So from the view that you got, I would say that you would probably know that the longship is probably about 60 feet off of the shore. And it is probably in the neighborhood of around 300 feet long.
Well, that's perfect. Shatter has a range of 60 feet, and all it needs is 2 good holes in it that are exactly 20 foot wide.
You want us to storm the coast, probably full of giant activity, so that you can break the ship.
Yep.
Well,
All
we're
I
all
need. Well, if I can just get close enough, I can use my armor, change it to make me more sneaky. If I can just get close enough, 2 spells and I'm out. The ship will sink.
saying there's probably going to be giants on the shoreline. So I don't think being sneaky is going to help. I'm just saying it's a big risk.
Fair. Well, I guess we can just go to bed and see what happens in the morning.
Mm.
You got any way in on this, Boo?
If we want to survive, I don't think we should go to the ship.
Okay. We're just going to try and thin down their numbers then?
Well, I don't know exactly how long this sort of thing usually goes for, but by the morning, I don't know. I would think they would be gone.
I guess we'll see.
Could I perhaps draw on my knowledge of bandit raids? And I know that they're not bandits, and it might be thingy, but it is a raid. So can I draw how long bandit raids last, so we have some rough information?
I think that falls out of the range of a knowledge check and more into divination magic, if I'm going to be honest.
What knowledge of my knowledge of bandit raids?
I don't think that there's any, like, a bandit raid lasts exactly for 3 hours. I don't think that's a thing.
Would I know how long?
I mean, it depends on it depends on
how
it depends on how many people are there. It depends on how big the town is, how much resistance is put up. There's a lot of different factors that I think falls outside of what you could reasonably get with a knowledge check.
Yeah, there's just too many variables. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because, like, obviously, a group of 10 bandits on a rinky-dink hamlet could probably take everything of worth within an hour if there was no guard presence. But this is a decently sized port. You don't know exactly how many giants there are. It looks like the resistance was near to none, but you hear people out there giving up some kind of resistance. You're not entirely sure. You also don't know how long the giants have already been there. If you had some kind of magical assistance to determine courses of action or something like that, that'd probably be what you're looking for.
I refuse to multi-class, sir. Specifically into divination wizardry.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Bloody augury.
Well, let's go to bed and see what happens in the morning. Maybe something
Augury
changed.
only pertains to the next 30 minutes, so it
I
would
know.
not be very helpful.
I'm just making a joke because
It'd be
very
something more like divination or commune, or what's the lower level one? I know there's augury, but then there's one in between augury and commune, I think. Or maybe there's not. I don't know.
It was just a joke about divination magic being stupid, guys.
Anyway.
Let it lie.
So I think eventually, yeah, you can find where your cart is. I think you left it a few miles out of Port Last. And are you just going to spend the rest of the day kind of just sitting around? Are there any tasks that you want to complete while you're not doing anything else?
I think Bulwark is going to tidy up his bed with his barber's supplies and patch up his armor. It gets a bit crinkly, and he gets thrown through a building.
Okay. Anyone else?
Don't think there's much here
Just
to
feet up,
go in.
having a nap.
Are we at the cart?
Yes.
Malira will be sitting on top of the roof of the cart, watching out over towards the city
Mhm.
or the port. But then
The fog is still there, so
Quite
you know what direction the port is, but you're not really able to see it from this distance.
she's getting somewhat distracted by other sounds around her.
Question: would
Yes.
there have been any charcoal on the ground while we were walking from fires? As in, like, while we were in the city.
No, because the buildings weren't necessarily burned down. They were just kind of torn apart.
There are no like bits of charcoal from like braziers or anything. Oh, yeah. Anyway,
You could have made a perception check. No, unfortunately, none that you were able to see. I think that this is a good point for us to take a break. So let's take 15 and come back.
Alrighty.
Okie doke.
Nice. Is that how you guys eat your sushi?
So confused as to what you mean. I just go to the sushi place. Or a lovely Japanese cafe.
Okay, we're back. I'm back.
Hello.
Hola.
Nope, that's not the screen I wanted to
Welcome
go.
back.
How we doing?
Good.
Good. Okay. So you guys spend the rest of the day resting, recuperating. Bulwark's cleaning his armor. I think the fog lasts through the night. Who would have last watch? I think the order that I have you on in the front and the title page is the watch order. Is that right?
No.
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 Oh.
Well, I can take 2 places because
Yeah. As it was with Kuro.
Oh
it
yeah,
was
you're a.
the
I
alpha.
forgot that you weren't a half outfit. I thought you were. Okay.
The
You're a
alpha.
whole elf.
One thing I was wanting to do, if we could take a short rest and I could get my wild shapes back, I'd like to make a wild companion and I don't know, have it be a bird or something, and like maybe have it like fly over around the town or over the ship and come back if it survives.
So you want us to have a nap and then immediately followed by a full sleep?
Well, I'm
I
assuming
can be down for that.
you can kind of include a short rest as part of a long rest.
I don't think that's true, but you guys have like all day. You went in the town for like maybe 2 hours at the beginning of the day. So you could definitely have a short rest somewhere in there, do your bird thing, and then later on have the long rest. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think so. Would you send the bird out to the ship or around the town? And what specifically are you trying to look for?
I think I'll send it sort of around where the temple was and sort of ask it to look, if it could get any idea of what the giants might have been, searching for. It seemed like they were just like sifting through rubble.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if it comes back, and after that I might have it go somewhere else. But for that would be the first thing.
Okay. I'm not seeing anything about being able to speak telepathically with your familiar.
It's through the Find Familiar spell, so you can communicate telepathically.
When your familiar is within 100 feet of you. Oh, okay. Yep. So when it comes back. Okay. I think that it probably is gone for 2 hours.
It only lasts for 1 hour. It needs to come back.
Wait. No. Find familiar is instantaneous. You're creating the wild shape. I see what you're saying.
Yep.
Doesn't it last longer based on your druid level?
Yep. I am only a 2nd level druid.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry.
I think you would know ahead of time that it would not be able to fly there and back and look around in an hour's time.
Unfortunate.
Is there anything else you would have wanted to do instead?
I don't know that there's anything I can do.
Okay. So Malir would have taken the first 2 watches. Who would have had the last watch?
It's usually me and Bulwark, isn't it? Though I can take it alone if Bulwark wants an extra 2 hours.
I think Bulwark will use his time up to take care of his armor some more, get it basically brand new.
Okay. Well, as you two are up together, and I guess Bulwark isn't keeping watch; he's maintaining his armor. Cole, you would notice that as day begins to break, the fog begins to sift away out into the sea, and you would note that the massive longship that was anchored at the port. Oh, I closed D&D Beyond. Why did I do that? Is sailing away.
Which direction?
Right now, just out to the sea.
Is there any chance I can keep an eye on it? I have a spyglass.
For a certain amount of time, you could, sure.
Just want to see which way it's turning.
I think it would probably turn up to the north eventually, but it would be pretty far away from the coast when it made that turn, I think.
Okay. So it's turning northwards.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay,
And
well,
you would
looks
see with your
like-
spyglass, if you turned it in the direction of the town, that most of the buildings have been razed.
Ah, damn it! I do not, in fact, have a spyglass. For some reason, it does not come with any of the
Well,
navigator's
I
kit
didn't
or
think
anything.
so, and I kind of gave you a strange look because those are worth like 1,000 gold.
That is insane.
Yep. They're very valuable pieces of seafaring equipment. So you did not learn any of that.
I did not.
You did see the ship sailing away, though.
Well, instead of him owning a spyglass, he's just got like some metal tubing, and he's like, ah, yes, but it's actually hollow on the inside, just to look rich.
No. I just assumed I'd get one, having the pirate background and stuff, but apparently not. Crazy to me.
All right. Well, I think Blue would say, well, looks like they finished what they were doing. Should we go back into town, or what should we do?
Yeah, they fled.
We
Couldn't
should
tell you which
definitely
direction, though.
we should definitely go back into town. Maybe we can get more information on their departure. And moreover, when it rains, it pours. I'm sure that goblins will be here soon to take whatever the giants didn't, and
Which
then
means it might
orcs
be
after
good.
them.
It might be a good idea to get the injured out of there.
Yes, we'll make a move down to Netherwinter. May not be as strong as it used to be, but it's still better than nothing.
Really, really wish I didn't lose my spyglass with the rest of my valuables. It's a real
Oh
shame.
well. A lot of money comes by the adventurers. I'm sure you'll get something of worth.
You can breathe underwater. There's a shite ton off the coast of Luskan.
What?
Sunken treasure, pirate ship at the bottom of the ocean.
Yep. I gotcha.
Yeah, I guess. Wait, so you don't want to go into the town? What-
I do want to go into the town.
Okay.
let's go then.
As you head back into port last, it is quite a quiet and somber experience. A lot of the buildings have been torn open, or just outright destroyed. The two giants that you did slay, their bodies are no longer there.
You mean the 4?
Was there 4? Yep, the 4. Yep. There are not very many people who have survived. There's enough you gather for a town of this size to rebuild, but the dead definitely outweigh the living. You started talking and then you cut out.
Ah, shit.
And
Well, this
also
is a
cut
somber
down.
mood.
Also cut down your cursing, please.
Well, this is a somber mood, isn't it?
Yeah. Which is.
Think they'll go with us to Neverwinter.
Hmm.
Do we find the body of that woman and her 2 children by any chance?
No.
Okay, well, at least that's something good.
There's no like ruffians or anything of note, just people trying to rebuild.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
There are probably people, looting different spaces. But that's probably the worst of it.
you can't
And
say
I
you're
think that
defending this
I
place
think
too
that a lot
well.
of you, I think that the 4 of you catch a few glances from people. Does someone roll an insight check?
Right. Wait, why did I say alright? Somebody else do it, please.
Tape, please.
28. Wow.
28.
Well, it can't be any worse than -2, guys. So don't worry.
Blue, you get a sense that the people here are not very pleased with the 4 of you. There is a feeling that you get that these people are very aware that you were present in the town last night. And perhaps a few of them saw you all leave.
Please tell me, how many giants did you guys kill?
One of them spits on your shoes.
This is real leather. You've lost your Christmas money. I know Christmas doesn't exist. Cole doesn't care.
Or they're grieving people. They're not thinking straight. Let's just head to Neverwinter.
Yeah, let's go.
Very welcoming committee.
Yeah. How
We
are the
leave.
How are the horses, Blue? Are they feeling okay?
They seem to be okay. How are you going? Rash. I mean, not Rash. Ration and Carnage.
Nay.
They're fine, see?
That's good.
Why are 2d20s being rolled?
At the number of frost giants we have to find.
Yes, 32 frost giants. A second ship, a bigger ship, comes in, crashes into so far into the coast that it cuts the road completely in half. There are 32 frost giants that spill out. No, there is nothing much of note that happens on the first day of travel. It's a rather nice day in a stark contrast to the gloomy fog that took over the last previous days.
I don't think I can keep up with this, son. Drow that
Are
has
you
been
okay?
walking around all day with a shield above her head.
Want to borrow the hat?
Sure, so I'll be fine with my shield.
Nobody respects the leather hat these days. It's graceful.
I think
86. and then a 7.
Would you prefer it if we, I'm not sure, woke up a bit earlier and spent the first 2 or 3 hours of the day walking during nighttime?
I don't want to trouble you all. I'll be fine.
Walking in the dark can be relaxing. We
Yeah,
can switch up our travel time.
yeah, and there'll probably be less fighting on the roads. I imagine bandits like a good sleep in.
Yes, bandits definitely don't favor the darkness where they can get a jump on people.
Maybe.
I don't think we have to fear bandits though, unless there's like 100 of them.
Well, not for our sake, for their sake.
True enough.
In the morning of the second day, in that hour or two that you've woken up early, Malira, I think you would notice that there is a small encampment of people about half a mile off the road. Maybe 5 or so people. There's a small fire that has some smoke on it.
I'll point this out to everybody else. There's a small camp out over there with a couple of people.
They just look like humanoid figures against the flickering campfire.
You don't actually make any figures out, but there are a number of tents.
Okay. Well, I guess we just keep on walking from here.
Why are we walking? Don't we have a cart?
Well, you traveling, whatever.
Oh, I thought there was some decision that I missed.
Well, maybe we can see if someone's on watch. It might be a good idea to make a point of contact with people, get a idea on Neverwinter before we arrive.
Worst comes to worst, they're bandits and we have to kill them.
Well, we got to give them a chance to surrender first, usually. I think
Also.
we've given up on giants.
So you're going to go and interact with this group of possibly sleeping people?
If everyone else in the party consents to it, then yes. I won't do it if there's not at least half of them, unless 2 other people on.
If no one's on watch,
Cool.
just leave them be.
Yeah. I think we'll just skirt around, and if we see someone on watch, we'll talk to them. Is that okay?
That's fine with me.
I don't mind.
All right, so you veer off of the high road for about half a mile. As you approach this camp, there does not appear to be someone not in a tent. I think you would note, though, as you get closer, that it looks like what's remaining of this campfire is smoldering out. It looks like whoever was here abandoned their camp for some reason.
Is there a sign of a fight at all?
Make a perception check. It's still dark out though, so you will have a the -5 penalty.
Can I help?
Doesn't Blue have a light source?
If he chooses to pull it out, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll probably light my sword too, just for extra light.
Okay. So looking around this campsite, you definitely see a few people's footprints running towards the forest. And it looks like there is one larger set of footprints that are human in shape, but 2 or 3 times larger, that seem to be following after them.
A giant? How far away are we from Port Bar?
A day's travel. Give or
Seems
take.
pretty far out.
Maybe a
I
day
mean,
and a
I'm
half.
assuming a giant based on the footprint.
Mm,
That's a little bit odd.
could
Perhaps
be
these
an
people need
ogre.
help. Should we follow their footprints?
Yeah, I think we should.
Alright, parting off in the dark after some people we don't know. Woo, go team. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm tired. I'm being snarky.
That's okay. We still love you. And I'll take out my mace and I'll light it as well. Not so that I can see better, but hopefully that other people can sort of see me better.
Are you bringing the carriage or are you doing this on foot?
Let's. What valuables do we have in the carriage?
Ava.
Campfire was still smoldering, correct?
Yep.
Yep.
Which means it couldn't have been too long ago that they ran away.
Make a survival check.
Oh, sorry, I was literally just doing this on mental knowledge of counting. My apologies. Yep, that's about
You have no idea how long it's been.
You've never seen a campfire in your life.
They were all eaten by gerbils.
They don't have campfires on ships.
They do not. This is true.
Blue, it's been a number of hours since this campfire was last tended to.
Which means it could have even been, at less than that. They probably weren't tending it to it the very moment they were attacked or whatever happened here.
Biggest issue
And
is
Blue, I
how
think
long
with
do you
I think with a 22, you would recognize that it fits the shape and size of an ogre's footprint.
I see.
Question is, how long do you think a group of travelers can outrun a giant before they all get killed?
Well,
Because, I
I
mean,
don't know.
if we find and kill this ogre, it won't happen to anybody else, but I don't think we have any luck of finding them alive.
Well, last time me and Blue dealt with ogres, they kept them alive. I think they prefer fresh meat. So we found living people last time, and regardless, we can still kill an ogre. and
I'm
save
saying we
people
still
in
do
the
it, I'm
future.
just saying don't get your hopes of finding them alive.
I think my hopes have been down for the past couple days, my friend. Don't worry about that.
Have you tried drinking your problems away? Solves everything.
Used to, but I gotta keep sharp. I gotta keep you guys from dying anytime soon. I think we should leave the cart and is there like a nearby thicket in these woods, or is it very spaced out trees?
I mean, it's pretty much a forest, right? So I don't think they're necessarily bunched close together. I don't think that a forest would survive in that arrangement.
Well, I think we should bring Ava with us because she's very good at tracking animals.
Yeah, let's just pull it to the side and try and hide it as best as possible. Bring any valuables along with me.
Can I make an investigation check to find any cloth or blood that looks ogre in nature?
Sure. So you find a. You're not sure if it belongs to an ogre or not, but you do find a bit of like burlap fabric that doesn't seem like someone would wear.
I'll give it to Ava and I'll tell her to start tracking, or at least follow the smoke. And again, I'll be keeping her to my left or to my right while we're walking. Tell her to maintain a slow pace, please, Blue.
I think she's learned from last time.
God damn it, Ava.
All right. So I think that she starts taking you guys off in the direction of like this more hilly region, right? Like still headed in the direction of the forest. But eventually she stops, like probably when you get to I don't think you probably would have gone a whole day. Probably 2 or 3 hours later, she stops and looks back up at you, kind of confused. Does that kind of like head tilt look at you?
I think she's lost the scent. On the way where we were walking, were there still signs of footprints or tracks? I don't know if we would have followed her the full 2 hours if there was no other signs of any ogre or human activity.
I think so, right? I think you probably crossed a creek or maybe like a handmade bridge, like maybe that a nearby hamlet might have made. And at that crossing, probably would have lost the trail.
Gotcha.
At the crossing, could we look on the other side for any signs of panicked running? Or an ogre that running through the underbrush?
Yes, but I think that because you're going back and having to pick up the trail, a DC for it will be harder.
Okay, I'm guessing no one's proficient in survival as has been the case.
I mean, if you want my -2, I can give it to you.
I will guide myself and pray. No.
Come on, -2, roll a crit.
No, unfortunately, you're not able to find a trail. And I think you look for the better part of an hour before you're pretty sure that it's just not something that not that you're not capable of, but that is not within your means at the moment.
Now we gotta and what did you say it was? I'm probably cutting out again. And now we gotta. What did you say it was again, Blue? A creature we've been tracking.
An ogre, I think. I'm not too sure.
Right. So now we got an ogre on the loose. A bunch of people that are definitely dead at this point, and no way of tracking it. This has been a very bad day for us.
Well, we can always try this, and Bullock's just going to shout in giant at the top of his voice, "I've got a really big sack of money. I wish I had a knife to protect myself."
You wait for a moment after saying that. Nothing happens.
That's upsetting.
What was that for, Mr. Bullock?
Well, one, fun, and two, I just said in giant that I've got a big bag of money, and I hope that, maybe someone's watching us.
Well, I mean, it's a better tactic than we had to begin with. Anyway, back on the trail.
Yeah, certainly.
So the horses went murdered. That would suck.
Oh God, I hope not.
I'm sure they'll be fine.
We're having a very bad day, Blue.
You get back to your camp, and it turns out that rations has been made into rations and carnage. There's nothing but carnage.
Yep, that's a suitable ending to this day.
I'm kidding. No, you get back on your carriage. I think that you probably spent a good amount of time doing this, so I don't think you make it the full 24 miles, but probably
Can we
about.
have a quick sift through the camp before we?
Yeah, sure. I think 2 of the 3 tents are destroyed by some tearing. There's a number of mess kits, probably
There's no.
There's probably about 20 days worth of dry rations.
There's no letters or anywhere I can work out the names of these people.
No, there are not.
Well, nothing to identify them. Rest in peace.
Let's get to Neverwinter.
Oh, right. I wonder if anybody I've robbed is currently in Neverwinter.
If who to what?
I wonder if anybody I've robbed is currently in Neverwinter. This is going to be a constant issue as long as we keep going down the coast. Real problem. I'm a real bad dude.
Would you say you're a bad guy?
I left them
Is
with
your
enough
name Billie
money and
Eilish?
food. I left them with enough money and food to get home. I just took everything else.
Oh, well,
I
you're
see.
reformed by the looks of it so far. I'm sure we can work something out.
I mean, you know, a lot of pirates wouldn't leave them with enough money to restock and enough food to not die.
And I was thinking, if we're going to be doing this adventuring thing for a long time, we may need a name. And I was thinking maybe the Stargazers or just Stargazers.
Why on earth would we need a name?
Well, branding.
Branding.
Every
If
pirate
we ever
has a
want to
flag.
release merch.
You understand that this is not, in fact, a book.
No.
We're not all going to get an emblem emblazoned on our chest. Fight for justice and shit.
I know, but if we
I mean,
build up a good reputation, it can help us along the way. And it may mean that more people will seek us out if they do need help. I just think that a nice, easy introduction will help us maybe down the line. Well, anyway, we don't have to take it.
I like it.
It just seems really odd to me. I mean, like, it just seems like something out of a book. I mean, just a group of heroes riding into battle, emblem flying. I mean, we've got a... Are you a mercenary, Bulwark? I don't know. I'll be honest.
Soldier.
Got a soldier, an escaped slave, a pirate, and I have no idea what you... A hermit?
A traveler?
Traveler. I mean, not exactly, the band of heroes that they'll speak of.
Well, we can make our own.
Fine. I'll agree on the name as long as we don't do that. We don't need no profit.
Oh no, we definitely need money.
Your thanks are good enough, garbage. As long as we don't do any of that, you can do what you want with the name.
We just, may need people talking about us so that we can, anyway, I won't go in on it too much.
I must admit he's right in some aspects, though. This wouldn't be a very good story.
We've had other good stories. We were the ones who defended Brinshanda, the ones who protected Nightstone. We helped the Battlehammer clan. We may not have saved Last, but we definitely avenged a few good giants.
Well, I've heard a lot of stories told in my clan, and normally, I don't know if they cut out bits, but there's normally a start, beginning, and end, and all the death and horrible stuff happens at the end. It seems
Here's
pretty
the ticket to a
consistent
good
in our
story.
story.
Here's the ticket to a good story, Blue. You stretch it. You stretch the crap out of it, right? You take all the good bits that make you look amazing. You stretch them out. You take the bad bits. You throw them away. You just throw them away. Anybody who died, you make them seem like a hero who died in a great battle, right? And right at the end, you always say, you either got the girl or you saved the town or whatever. Nobody tells the full gruesome truth of the stories.
Plus, it's not like anyone will be watching our story from start to finish. We don't have to make it too interesting.
It's not like there's a group of people right now watching us doing the stuff we do. If there was, that'd be creepy.
And it's a little bit uncomfortable to think of it that way, because,
Exactly.
well, I mean, just as an example, our wizard friend, I barely knew them, and in less than 6 seconds, their entire life and future and potential and past is meaningless.
Incorrect. We knew a mighty person, well trained in the arcane, who held back a beholder on his own so that we may escape with our lives. You see what I just did there? This is how you tell a good story. I mean, one man versus a beholder on his own, even though he'd only knows for a short amount of time. Now that's hero material, and that's how we're going to write him. If any of us write this down at some point.
Maybe.
Lou looks quite dejected.
I don't know what that word means.
Blue's just found out that all stories are technically just exaggerated lies, and now he doesn't know what to think.
No, not so much that, but he looks just sad.
Did anyone else want to say or do anything before the next day?
Except staying in the car away from the sun, nothing really.
In the evening, I'll use one use of wild shape to, like, I don't know, make a rat or something, and then I'll wild shape myself into a rat, and I'll play tag with the rat.
That's adorable. The next day, as you come in towards the northwest gate of Neverwinter, this map is not very accurate. Most of the eastern side was destroyed when Mount Hotno erupted. The walls have been rebuilt, but the shard of night that floated over the city, it actually crashed down into the city, so that no longer exists. The fallen tower is rubble, and the clock tower also does not exist. Much of the west side of the city was spared, but a chasm had opened up in the northern center that led to the Underdark, and a number of demonic entities flowing up from there. There is still a massive hole there in the city, but it has been magically sealed, and construction crews are working on physically sealing it. As you enter this city, it is hustling and bustling, and there are a number of people, and it's a very excited kind of place to be. There are a lot of like vendors hawking wares at pretty much every corner. Is there anything in particular you were wanting to do in the town?
Right. What is it you guys had to do here?
The Order of the Gauntlet. We needed to speak with them.
Well, let's go do that then.
I hope everyone here is dressed up a little bit and not look so rough. Should we go to a bathhouse before we go there?
How about we take off the th and house and add an R?
Yeah. Oh,
Eh?
I don't get it, but it might just be that I'm tired.
You said bar.
Oh.
At least that's what I got.
That is what it was.
You can go to a bar, or are we just going to go and go out? I don't know. Like, Do I know anything about the Order of the Gauntlet and its formalities?
You can make a history check.
I'm gonna open my sheet. I thought I was not gonna do anything.
Okay. So the Order of the Gauntlet is largely constructed of paladins and clerics who worship Torm, Tyr, and Helm. And also a god called Hor, but I don't know that god. Hoar. Their main goal is just to stem the flow of evil generally across the world. They're not beholden to any leadership, like any kings or empires, or anything like that. They have their own set of codes, so they don't really ask permission to go out and do the things they do. They follow their own policies and procedures, I guess. It's very much a religious group. So sometimes you have splinter sects that go off and feel like they know better, and that tends to cause problems. Yeah.
So it's very militaristic.
Yeah, it's a very dogmatic agency.
I think thinking that, I don't think we would need to go to a bathhouse to look all prim and proper. I think they'd be more happy if we showed up with well-used, well-loved armor and weapons.
Nevertheless, I feel like a shower.
Can we do that afterwards? Go there.
It's showering right now.
You're gonna
Well-
stand in the gutter and get all wet.
Yes, waste your spell slots now so that when the giant attack in Neverwinter happens, you're just resources. I love it.
Yes.
Okay, so Blue, you cause a 30-foot cube of 10 gallons of water to pour down.
I very quickly have a shower.
Okay.
You are very lucky that leather is waterproof. Be very uncomfortable.
I don't think leather's waterproof.
It is.
It's water resistant. That's a
Real
semant-
tan,
that's a
real
se-
tan tide,
that's a
water doesn't leak
semantical
through.
that's a semantical argument we don't need to have.
Controversy. Yeah, let's go to the Order of the Gauntlet.
Okay.
Where's that?
Yeah, do you happen to know where that is offhand?
All right,
Blue
random
will
number in the
try
street.
and-
You
Yeah,
there, fellow
Blue-
citizen.
Yes, I will roll. I will go up to a fellow citizen because I too am a citizen of Neverwinter who has lost their way.
Make
And will
make a charisma investigation check.
be persuasion to try persuade them to tell us the location.
Nope.
Okay, so how the hell do you do a charisma investigation?
Well, I mean, it would if you, as long as you're not expertise in persuasion, then your persuasion check would equal the same number. Yeah.
It's a persuasion check, and
Well,
I'm going to use my commanding presence.
Actually,
to add-
are you proficient in investigation?
No.
Okay, so it would just be a charisma check.
Okay, can I add my commanding presence to it?
I don't know what that does.
When you make an charisma intimidation, charisma performance, or charisma persuasion check, you expend one superiority die and add the superiority die to the ability check. I was trying to persuade this person to give me the information.
No, because it is none of those things. It is a charisma investigation check.
I have been slighted. There will be no forgiveness this day. 15.
Okay. So someone, maybe a vendor, would point you in the right direction. You would want to head to the Hall of Justice. That is on the east side of the south half of the city. The only bridge you'd have to walk around Castle Never.
Didn't you say the east side of the city was destroyed?
Sorry, I meant west.
Okay.
Oop, I'm directionally challenged. And so this section of the city, as you would walk to it, is elevated. The only higher portion is Castle Never itself. The city kind of sits on a inclined hill up to that point. It's largely why that section of the city was spared from the volcanic eruption, because it just didn't flow in that way.
As we're walking, Blue will sort of tap on Bulwark's shoulder and say, sorry, I'm tired and my player is also tired. Why are we talking to the Order of the Gauntlet again? Someone in Bryn Shander told us to because
Yes,
of our deeds or something?
Sir Barack, Billarak, Sir Billy Bob, Barack, I can't remember, wanted us to come here to tell them of the attack, and so that they may send some sort of reinforcements or, Sir Buttcrack, just to inform them of the goings on up north where he was stationed.
I see. Okay. All right. Good. I just wanted to make sure I understood what we were doing.
As you come to the Hall of Justice, it is a rather large, almost, what's the word? That really famous temple in Athens, the Pantheon. Is that what it is?
The Pantheon is in Rome, actually.
That's what I mean. You know what I mean.
You mean the Temple of Athena or something, or Zeus?
Tons of temples in Athens.
It looks like a Greek temple.
I believe you mean the Parthenon.
The Parthenon, yes, that's exactly what I mean.
That's the only one that's still
it's
kind of
this
standing.
Really large, really beautifully crafted square building. It's got courtyards on both sides of the entrance. Domed architecture, stables outside, and as you walk in and a member of the clergy greets you, a human man, maybe in his late 20s, early 30s, he says, how can I help you? What can the Order of the Gauntlet do for you, fair citizen?
Bulwark, you want to take this?
Sure. Well, it is in fact what something we can do for the Order of the Gauntlet. We bring news from Bryn Shander, from a Sir.
Buttcrack.
No, it's not Buttcrack.
I'm pretty sure it was Barrick.
Sir Barrick, yes. Thank you, Blue. Is there someone in charge that we can speak to about information from him?
Barrick.
Barrick Nihilif?
Okay, Nihilif, yes. You'll want to speak to Sir Laniver Strail. I think he's out in the stables.
These people have real kooky names.
You've got a kooky name.
What's wrong with
Thank
Cole?
you. As in the Rock?
I don't know. It's Cole or Rock.
Can we see the stables, or do we do it? Does he?
Yeah,
guide us?
you pass them in the entrance.
Thanks. Guess we head over there.
Okay. If you walk out to the stables, there are a number of people, but there is one in particular that catches your eye. A man in his late 30s, early 40s, glorious blonde hair, shoulder length. He wears white armor, and he has this magnificent black cloak. Very much Prince Charming type figure, and he is currently grooming a glorious white steed. And I think, based on the description that the person who earlier gave to you, well, he would have given to you, that this is Sir Laniver Strail.
Good evening, Mr. Master Strail.
Yes, how can I help you?
Uh,
And he turns, and he's got these glorious blue eyes. Very, like I said, very much Prince Charming type. Strong jaw.
Wow, you look amazing.
No, I wasn't gonna take it
Anyway,
there. That's a little
Anyway.
too far.
he's just a pretty fella.
Yeah, he's a pretty fella.
I think catches up. Oh, anyway, we bring news from Sir Beric Nihileth up in Brinshanda.
Yes, how is Barrack doing in his search for the Weevil?
Still progressing. Last we checked, it would have been a couple of 10 days ago, but he did instruct us to pass on a message to you, or at least to someone in the order. Giants are making moves quite aggressively up in the Dales. I believe that he wanted you to be aware of the threats up there and perhaps dedicate more resources, but I'm unsure to what extent he wanted you to deal with the information that I'm presenting. Yeah, that's about it, I think.
Well, I appreciate the report. It is well received, and I know that Barrack would have reported to me if he had been able to himself. And I appreciate your doing so. This was a kindness.
You're welcome. Yeah, he's a good fella. He's good with the sword. He did a really good job protecting against 3 frost giants on the front gate. I think he got a few really good hits in.
It is quite concerning that these giants have been so bold. Blue, I think with your passive insight, you would notice that Sir Strail is deeply troubled, but it seems like getting this report about the giants attacking Brinshander is not on the front of his mind. It seems like he's concerned about something else.
I think sort of after that interaction between him, Blue would sort of cut in and say, "Is everything okay? You seem distracted."
Make a persuasion check for me. He says, I appreciate your thoughts. We have been receiving reports of a threat closer to home. One of my squires, a knight of Helm, may have fallen prey to a splinter sect called the Order of the Gilded Eye. They've been a thorn in our side for a while.
One of your squires has joined them.
Where it's presumed, yes.
What, do they have better member benefits or something?
They, as much as we at the Order take swift action, some feel that our action is not swift enough or righteous enough or direct enough. The Order of the Gilded Eye in particular believes that the threat of demons and their cults are the most impactful threat throughout the North. They take their worship of Helm to the extreme and are on a hunt for anyone they believe to be under demonic sway, as well as anyone who challenges their edicts.
And would this be an overly zealous hunt, or the more restrained kind?
Definitely zealous. There are reports that they have burned down several hamlets.
Well, that's not very nice. You know where they're currently posted? For, pure curiosity.
They have taken root in Helm's Hold, an old fortress to the south of Neverwinter.
We're heading that way anyway, guys.
We are.
And the longer we take to get to Waterdeep, the better for me, honestly.
I'm just a bit apprehensive to deal with matters of the cloth. It's a pantheon I'm not familiar with, so as much as I do respect Sir Barrack, the orders and splinter cells are strange to me. As strange
And
as the drow gods or the gods of the giants.
no offense, Bulwark, but if they're burning people alive in their homes for not supporting them, that kind of seems more nefarious to me. I mean, you, long, blonde, and handsome, have you ever burned somebody down in their home for not agreeing with you and your beliefs?
Not in their homes, no.
But you just set fire to people for not believing in the same things you do? Oh, God.
That would be a bit extreme. There are occasions where a death by burning is granted, although those are few and far between.
With these people on fire.
Do you have any survivors that we can talk to from these attacks?
None that I am aware of, no.
What was your squire's name?
Danica Zarn was her name.
And are you wanting her head or her tongue or something, to let you know she's been dealt with, or?
Oh, no, I would not hire outside of the order to take care of such a matter. If you deem it upon yourself to look into such a thing, that
There would
is
be
your prerogative.
there would be compensation?
As I said, we're not in the habit of hiring outside mercenaries for things such as this.
All right, I say we leave them to rot. Because the religious implications, of course, not because of the lack of monetary compensation.
Make a deception check.
Oh no.
I'm going to add a d8 to it.
What'd you roll?
That's an 8, and I'm going to roll an extra d8 for 5. That's 13.
Oh, no, not a d10.
A d10 if you want.
I think he just kind of peers at you and seems to not really be concerned one way or the other. But I think he turns to you, Blue, and says, "But I appreciate your concern, Master Fearbolt."
Okay, well, I guess he'll look to his companions and say, if there's nothing else, we'll be on our way then, I guess.
Do we want to sleep here for the night?
Maybe,
Well, not here, but in the city.
Yeah, but I did want to have a quick discussion between us whether or not our friend here pays us. I think we might pay them a quick visit. But just because, if there were other random people burning people alive, I think we'd all want to have a little tussle with that.
Yeah, probably, actually. Yeah, I'll give you that. It's not really the way we go about things.
Yeah, so I think we will take you up on your offer, even though you're still a bit apprehensive of us. Maybe we can become honorary members or something along the line. But we'll deal with that later. Is there any information you'll be willing to share with us about this castle and the people in the order?
It is an old monastery, from what I recall, and as far as the people inside of it, I have not had any scouts head out that way. It was abandoned for some time after the explosion of Mount Hono, and the Order of the Gilded Eye seemed to be the first ones to take it back.
And your friend, I don't believe you got an answer before, but if we did come across them, would you like them alive or
Dismembered. What's the term you're looking for?
I would not ask that you slay her on sight. If she is willing to return, the Order, the Gauntlet, would gladly take her back, provided she has not succumbed to any undue influence. I wouldn't ask that you drag her here against her will.
okay? Well then, I guess we'll leave sometime tomorrow or the day after, and we'll report back to you. And Bullock will offer out a hand for a good handshake, probably standing on his tiptoes to reach up.
He will shake your hand back, Bulwark.
Our little troop is the Stargazers, by the way, if
No,
you're
for
wondering.
Pete's sake. This was not agreed upon.
Well, I am. And I think Blue liked the name. So me and Blue are the Stargazers, and I'm not sure about Malira. She was a bit on the huff of the name, I think.
Miller kind
He's
of
called.
keeps quiet behind Blue, not really wanting to draw attention to herself.
It's Malira, right there, hiding behind Blue. The drow with the sword.
I think
All
it
right.
just raises an eyebrow at you, Cole.
Oh, well, I'm used to worse reactions. So what do you guys say about finding the cheapest dive in the place? Cheap drinks, cheap rooms, and only a small, well, larger than average chance of stabbings. Keeps things interesting.
Yeah, let's just find a place with locked doors. And a stable.
Doors and a stable. Okay, we're going to some fancy place then. Jeez.
Okay. I am actually starting to get a. Oh, go ahead, Blue.
No, that's fine. You go.
I was gonna say I'm starting to get a pretty bad headache, so I think that we're gonna stop here. But
Okay.
if you had something you wanted to add, you can go ahead.
No, nothing major.
Okay, so I think we'll stop with you guys getting ready to find an inn. Sorry to cut the stream short and cut the session short. I'm just kind of having a headache, and I don't have any Advil right now. I left it at work. So yeah, good session, I think. Same time next week. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye, Ted.
Right.
And yeah, you never have to apologize
Thanks,
for having
guys.
to end the stream early, Tony, because it's 2:30 here.